Hi, everyone. How's your day going? If you just joined us, welcome. If you've been with us from the beginning, thank you so much for your energy and for your questions and for your thoughts. I hope you've all been able to learn something new so far. I know that I have. For the next session, I am beyond excited to introduce our CEO and co founder here at PlayPlay, Thibaut Machet. If you don't already know what PlayPlay is, we are a video creation solution for enterprises. We're making video production a breeze, accessible for everyone. But Thibaut isn't here to talk about video. Instead, he's here to reveal the evolution of modern marketing and share his insights of what the marketer of the future will look like. Thibaut, thank you so much for joining us today, all the way from France. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling super good. Thanks, Mihal.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the session. Okay, so just before we get started, I do want to run a quick poll on what do you believe is the most crucial trend or skill marketers should embrace right now? Is it AI and data analytics, video content creation, personalization and targeting, social media engagement, storytelling and brand narrative, cross platform integration, or you're not sure? Let us know. Put your kind of comments and thoughts into the poll. Don't hold back. We will share those results after with all of you. It's going to be super interesting to understand. Um, I'm going to give you one more minute to just reply to that. And exactly all of the above at once. I agree. I agree. Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see. We'll get you one more second, and then I think we're done. Okay, Thibaut, we'll share the news with you after. Thibaut, the stage is yours. Take it off.
Yeah, thanks, Mihal. And I see some answers resonating with my talk for today. So hi everyone. Very happy to be there with you for this content summit. I am Thibaut. I am the CEO of PlayPlay. And so yes, today we're gonna talk together about what could be a the role of marketing and communication people in the future. We are in a world that is moving very fast, that is evolving constantly. So it's a hard topic, but we've gathered with the team. We've done some interviews. We've read a lot of researches to try and understand what could be our role collectively in the next few years. What will be our missions in 2024, 2025, maybe 2030? And we will try to depict what could be the marketing and communication people in the future. Um, and we will be very humble because we know things are moving very fast. So let's look first at what are the influences, what will change our jobs. There are basically four that we have in mind. First is the technologies, of course. When we have big revolutions, disruptions in technologies, our jobs will change. We've moved from physical to digital. We see today the revolution of AI. We talk about AI, and every time there is these technology disruptions, we have to adapt and find new ways to communicate. The second is the platforms. Platforms are where the content are distributed. I think the main trend over the last 10 years is, of course, social media, social networks, but we see that it is unstable. We see that some platforms are declining somehow. We can think in the consumer world about Facebook, or the troubles around for Twitter more recently. We see some that are rising. Snap is strong. TikTok is still the most fastest growing platform. We see that in the B2B, LinkedIn is now the clear leader for company corporate communication. YouTube is very strong. Twitch is emerging for life. So platforms are, yes, moving fast and we need to adapt. Number three are the creators, people that create content. We have the media that used to be the most powerful communication platforms that are challenged by social media. We have you guys, brands that try to connect with your audiences, and we have individuals. And individuals are actually the fastest rising communication organizations, let's say. We are switching from a world of consumers to creators, and individuals are actually now either partnering or competing with you. And we see that in the future, you should work with them. And finally, the audiences, who they are, on which platform are they, and especially what are the content they want to consume. So these are the things we have to have in mind to build the profile of your future role. So what will you have to be in the future? First, you will have to be a AI master. That's not surprise. And to be honest, I prepared that presentation a few weeks ago, and man, I think it's already outdated. In just a few days, a few weeks, there were so many main announcements from OpenAI, from Meta, from Google. This is really impressive. And I think we all have to deal with AI, and we know that AI will change the way we communicate forever. Um, and that AI is always surprising us. We thought that maybe AI would not be able to match our creativity. We know it's already a old-fashioned thought. So how can we embrace AI and use it in the future? There are several concrete use cases, and I want to mention a few. First, AI can help us automate marketing processes. When you are in communication and marketing, there are so many tasks you need to do, and AI can help you. We can think about writing emails, writing cadences, structuring your CRM, building automations, running data, and so on. AI is super strong for that already. Number two is how AI will be able to support your decision making. Basically, one strength of AI is to be able to ingest a lot of data and turn that into insight and help you take decisions. For you, it can be about what content should I create, which platform should I choose, what budget should I allocate, which partner should I partner with, and so on. Um, Another way where AI will help us as communication people will be how to personalize content. I think we know for a while now that ads can be very, very well personalized, but we are not here yet with communication, with content. With AI, we can foresee a future where basically every communication will be could be customized to anyone. That could be an email you send, or a newsletter, or a video you share, or a web page. Everything could be customized to anyone according to their needs, their profile, their social criteria. AI can help you monitor your brand. There are already a ton of tools that help you check what is said around your brand, but AI has done some breakthrough in image and logo recognition. So we are talking about finding your logo wherever it is on the internet. And so AI will be able to help you monitor what is said around about you. And last but not least, I think we know that AI, and especially generative AI, will accelerate content creation. And I think we can see that it is where AI has the most impact already. So to illustrate that last point, we will take the example of video. Video is, I mean, now core in any content strategy. And I just wanted to mention a few things that you can already done through AI. In that case, these are things that are now available into PlayPlay or will be soon available to PlayPlay. That was not possible just 6 months or 12 months ago, and it's now possible. Prompt to video. You just write a prompt, you have a video in seconds. Can you imagine? URL to video. So basically, URL to video is you have a link, you have a web page, you have a blog post, you have a FAQ or anything. You can turn that into a video instantly in seconds. The voiceover. We know that you want to add your voice to a video, whether you do a long form or you do a tutorial, but you don't want to record your voice. With AI, you can generate human voices in any language with any accents, and you can scale your video creation. Audio enhancement, you can record any interview and improve the audio in one click. Subtitles, of course. Short versions, I think this one is very interesting. We do a long form webinar, we want three highlights of 2 minutes. It used to be a lot of editing, that will be easy with AI, and so on and so forth. Social media posts, maybe one word about this one. You create a content, you want to post it on, let's say, LinkedIn, you're going to spend 20 or 30 minutes writing the copywriting of your post. But with AI, this will be automated. So the power of AI will be massive to help you accelerate and scale your content creation. Um, the second strong skill in the future is that you will be a super content creator. We are talking about communication and marketing. So content will always be key in your business. It has to be the way you talk to and the way you engage with your audiences. Simple as that. What is changing is that the formats are getting wider and wider. Um, and the future is more and more do it yourself. You might rely and work with agencies for the like premium productions, but more and more you will produce content by yourself. And these contents are very different. It can be visuals, it can be videos, it can be audio, and we are thinking about podcasts, of course. It can be lives and webinars, or even text and conversations. I'm a big believer that being good at copywriting will be a strong skill in the future. For all this content, you will have to know how to create them, meaning that you need to know the tools, and you need to know how you work the storytelling for each format. And last but not least, we believe that in the future, you will have to know how to act in front of the camera. Communication used to be behind the camera and shooting or organizing a shooting. But we are seeing the rise of what we call the creators economy, where you have to be both behind or in front of the camera, and being in front of the camera also requires some skills. In the future, you will be a community manager. What does that mean? I think we are transitioning from a communication that is direct, meaning that if you want to communicate, you will create a content and post it on your, corporate account. And we're transitioning from that to a more indirect communication. What does it mean? It means that you're going to rely on other people, other organizations to talk about your brand. You can rely basically on three communities. The first one is your clients. We know that when it's not you, but your clients that advertise your brand, your product and services, it is stronger and it increases the trust. You can rely on your colleagues. We've all heard about employee advocacy. We know it works. If you have a breaking news you want to share on LinkedIn, you can do that with your main account, but it will be way more powerful if like hundreds or thousands of your colleagues and peers share the news. It will be more authentic and it will just be exponential in the posts. And finally, you can leverage thought leaders in your community, what we call influencers. With whatever is your industry, there are some experts, some people that have some communities that resonate with your audiences, and you can go through them. So your job here is to be able to find the right people that can be your spokesperson, build a partnership, and make them advocate and talking about your brand on your behalf. That will be very powerful. Um, in the future, you will communicate with integrity. I think this one is crucial. We are living in a world where the truth is getting more blurry. We have seen the rise of a fake news, especially during COVID, but we also see that with AI, it's so easy to create fake content, what we call deep fakes. And so I think people will be looking for what is the right content, a true content or a fake content. And you as a brand, as an organization, you have to be on the right side of it. And there is a clear crisis of trust in the world. There is a very famous report called the Edelman Report that explained that people, yes, they trust scientists, uh, but then they trust mostly their coworkers way more than CEOs, journalists, or government leaders. It means that it is getting hard to have their trust, and you as a brand have to work on it. So how you can do that? By building your brand reputation. You need to be consistent and credible. How you do that? As a company, you will choose some topics. You build your editorial line, and you have to invest on it. You have to create qualitative content. You can't cover any topic because you have to become owner, and create authority on certain topics that are relevant to you. And you have also be able to be open, to open the doors of your company, share your values, be transparent. We know it's a way to strengthen the trust between your audiences and your brand. And when, let's say, things are going wrong, if there is some kind of bad buzz or some bad news told about your company, you have to be reactive. You have to be vigilant and be able to answer. Um, in the future, it is very important that communication and marketing people realize that they will have to be mindful of environmental and social values. What does that mean? I think we all see that the world is going through big challenges, and that us as individuals and as consumers, we are worried about that and we are concerned about that. And so what we see, what we observe is that people are changing the way they consume content and also how they buy product and services. They basically they not only choose products and services according to some features or just the price, but they will also look at what is the company behind it. In a recent survey, 73% of people said they were willing to pay more at socially responsible companies. And let's be clear, you are just the spokesperson of a company. You're not taking these actions. So it means that if your company, the company you're working in, is doing like bad things, let's say for the world or for the environment, you don't have to do greenwashing. I'm just saying that it will be harder for you to communicate in the future because people will challenge you, people will ask. And I mean, being mindful around this topic works. First, it can improve your brand's reputation. It is proven that your CSR initiatives are a way to strengthen the brand to your stakeholders, your clients, but also your partners, and we'll see that for your employees. It's a way to beat the competition. When people are comparing and trying to choose a product or a service, they will also will be tempted to go, willing to go for companies that have values they resonate with. And finally, it's a good way to keep your talents. And for people working in internal communication, we know that employees love to hear the values of a company and these actions, and it's a way to strengthen retention and the feeling of fulfillment of your employees. many initiatives that one company can take, and I just wanted to list those that are the most important according to people. First is environmental sustainability. Of course, everything that your company can do to fight climate change and to act, it will be seen very, very positively. Number two is supply chain ethics. People want to know how you are building your product, what are your partners, and again, if you're doing it well, it really it's interesting to talk about it. Number three is social responsibilities. You are a company that is in the middle of the society and can take actions. People want to know what actions you're taking. And finally, all the topics around equality, inclusion, and diversity are growing into the topics people are caring about. And these are topics that overall are very interesting to include in your communication editorial line in the future. Um, in the future, as a communication person, I will explore VR. Um, I think we've all heard about the huge investment that especially Meta did into VR. We've seen all the buzz, mostly last year, about augmented reality. It kind of dropped and slowed down a little bit, but I think that might be a very strong trend in the future if we think about the communication in 5 or 10 years' time. It seems that all the mix between realities and augmented reality and virtual reality will be growing and will be interesting playgrounds for your communication in the future. And especially about how you can play with these realities to show and build new experiences for your consumers. How I can show my product and my services in virtual worlds. I also wanted to mention another main area for communication space, which is video games. Um, I think that a lot of companies, a lot of people among us don't realize how big is that industry, and how big is the opportunity to think about communicating within this industry in the future. It's an industry that is bigger than cinema and music together. We have about 3 billion players around the world, and just last year there were 20 billion hours watched on Twitch. And let's be honest, it's a bit blurry today on how what are the opportunities for you for communication people to get into this industry. We know that there is already a lot of advertisement and companies are like investing through advertisements, but I think it's something we should think in the future, and especially how we could partner with this industry. And we are close to the last skill, but one big skill for us in the future as a communication person is to be more human than ever before. I think that we can feel every day when we post content on any social platform that the world and people are getting more and more emotional. We are talking about authenticity. We are talking about building trust. We are talking about justice, about inclusiveness. So we are really talking about values. And so it is very, very important that in your communication, you stay very human and you connect with other humans. Especially again in a world where AI will make content creation so simple, that the brands that will keep a strong link with their audiences and strong human part will be definitely winning. And finally, a last skill that I think will be crucial for the future is to be adaptable. Um, it's very, very hard to foresee what will be the future. And I think that as communication professionals, we always want to plan and to prepare long-term strategies. It is always better to have, this 3 years plan that we can like break down into a yearly plan and then break down into a monthly plan. But it is important that to realize that that's not always possible, and sometimes we have to change. We have to adapt to trends. We see that every day at PlayPlay. Like things are going so fast, platforms are emerging, trends are changing, formats are rising. That good communication professionals are those that are very, very adaptable. So, just a quick wrap up. What will be a great communication and marketing person in the future? Someone that definitely masters AI and is able to leverage data. Someone that is able to create content, a wide variety of content, that masters the tools and that knows how to build good storytelling. Someone that is able to distribute content directly, but is also able to create a network of other communication people and make them communicate on their behalf. Someone that is building a trustful brand and is understanding that it is important for a brand to commit on their environmental and other social actions. Someone that is constantly exploring new territories, new opportunities. We've talked about VR, we've talked about video games. Who knows what will be the biggest trends? It is important to always try new things. And finally, someone that is sincere and really, really deeply communicate as a human and always adaptable. Um, That's it for me. And again, happy to take a few questions if we have time. If not, always available through email thibaut@playplay.com.
Super easy.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thibaut, this was really, really great. We have tons of questions for you, but we have 2 minutes left. So I think one of the questions that I have here from Anonymous is, do you think AI tools allow people without the video skills to create things of the same quality, or will it always be a separate role needed?
I would say that we need to be again very humble on that
Mm-hmm.
because we are not talking about evolutions that happen every year. We are talking about breakthrough in the quality that happen almost every week. Just yesterday, we've heard about the release from Google, and it
Mm-hmm.
was better than the recent release from GPT, which was better than the previous release from Meta.
Yeah.
And when we're talking about quality, it's quality in almost everything, in the text, in the visuals, in so I think that the materials that we'll be able to play with will be improving in quality, and then probably that our role as communication people will be to take these inputs, this text, this raw image, and this raw video, and play with that to tell the right stories, because stories will always has to be customized for our audiences.
Yeah. I love that question. I love that answer. I think that's super on point. We have 51 seconds, so I'm going to go fast. Because we have another break coming up, I want you guys to, if you need to take a stretch, grab a coffee, take a bite, or if you want to stick around, we have another quick workshop on how to create snack content videos in 10 minutes or less with the one and the only Pete Blackburn. I hope to see you all there. And as Thibaut said, if you have questions, we will share that with him. You can reach out to him directly at thibaut@playplay.com. This has been a great session. I've learned a ton. Thank you, Thibaut, for taking this call from us all the way from France, Paris. I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep asking anything that you want in the Q&A, and we will make sure to pass it along to Thibaut. That's it. We'll see you all in this next session. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
This was great.